All right, here we go. This is specifically for YouTube, so I don't know where it's going. First of all, my name is Tom Brown. I live in Napa, California, and I think Napa, California is better than any other city on the face of this earth. The only one that comes close is Vicenza, Italy, where I lived for 3 years, thanks to the United States Army. We'll talk about that maybe in here somewhere too. I don't know. I'm just going. I need to let you know a lot of stuff. And a lot of it will relate to the COVID 19, which I have gone to the CDC website and I've looked up the numbers and I've run them myself. If you're afraid, good. And if you're not afraid, good. Fuck it. I'm not afraid. Um, again, Tom Brown, Napa, California. If anybody there in Napa or anybody knows anybody in Napa County or anywhere up along and down, that corridor, and they can't get out or have problems getting out or are too concerned about the COVID 19, which they well should be. I, due to recent events in my life, am not. March 3rd, I died and I went to heaven. Okay. The reason why I know I died is because I had a rare form of multiple sclerosis, which made the spinal cord itself swell, which caused from the waist down, if it worked, it hurt. If it didn't work, it still hurt. And from the neck down, it felt like tendonitis the whole time. And from the waist down, it felt like fire. Honestly, it just felt like fire. And walking was so difficult. I had to be on a walker. Um, the pain, just incredible. And I got the diagnosis. Me and my wife knew something was wrong. And I'm not, oh, fuck it, Erica Angelheart. Uh, we were married at the time. And the moment she heard that diagnosis, she was gone. Never saw her again. Got divorce papers served by a close friend of ours. Apparently, it's just a close friend of hers, which apparently all the close friends except one or two were all hers, which is fine. I got no problem with that. Uh, Whatever. Anyway, she was gone, and this was 2018, last part of it. 2019, um, March 19th, my dad died. March 21st, my birthday. March 22nd, his birthday. There's significant uh, feelings about that. Um, May 15th, I was divorced. And since I promised Erica to always say this, I will refer to her as such and just assure you that please never refer to Erica Angelheart and the marriage that we had as her being my ex. No, no. She is my former wife. The only person I've given that honorific to because she simply asked for it and it was no big deal. She thought it sounded nicer. Fine. I told her that there would be no way I would, I promised. And I've kept promises and I've broke promises. And she's cussed me out for the broken promises that weren't that big a deal. And then the big broken promises she always forgave. Always. Done. She held grudges about the small stuff though anyway. Um so everything went to shit. And it was getting worse. And it was getting worse. Now I had been praying for my entire life. 'Cause I believe in God. Don't believe in the Bible, don't believe in religion. I don't believe in Jesus. Dude is the same as me. I am the reincarnation of Jesus for all intents and purposes. Okay? Miracles have been wrought to me a lot. Brought miracles. 6 so far. I'll count them out for you one day. Right now, I'm still adjusting. March 3rd, I died this year. Now, I was given the commandment March 4th, which I have been doing so far, and stumbling and bumbling around and just yelling and screaming and trying to get everybody to hear me. And it's gotten me 25150s and numerous um, health and welfare checks by the sheriff's department from my family. And this is why I claim I died. I claim I sat next to God and I chose his right hand to hang out with. So I sat at the right hand of God, literally. Okay? I was dead. There's physical proof, okay? Shut up if you don't believe it. Fuck you. God looked quite a bit like Jeff Bridges, to be quite honest. And that's, of course, my assignation of what God should look like. And as such, Jeff Bridges, if you ever hear this, please contact me. I've given my phone numbers out, 707-666-2492. You call that 666 number, you get the Prince of Darkness. Now, I said that to my family. They had a health and welfare check on me because they thought I was possessed or something. I don't know. Anyway, fuck the devil. Fuck your mythology. I believe in God. After that, it's all mythology and fable. Those of you who are Bible thumpers, thump it as hard as you want. I've read it. The Old Testament is brutal. Read some of that in the context of what your morals should be today, and you will be appalled. And if you make any compensation for those actions, saying, well, that's just what it was at that time, you're as bad as anybody else that talks about slavery. That's as bad as it was at that time. Nobody understood. Yes, they fully understood. They just did it anyway. That's how bad they were. Even if they were the best of people, if they took advantage of somebody for just taking advantage, sake, for economic reasons, power, whatever. Fuck you, man. That's a true nigger. Somebody who takes advantage of somebody who's not able to. If you are in charge of this person and you abuse them in any way, shape, or form, you are a nigger. There's no such thing as a black nigger unless there's a black man out there who has decided to use his power, authority, and or wealth to subjugate, literally, hold in a certain economic state that is low and cruel. If there is a black man out there who's done that, bring him to me. I'll show him it was wrong. And bring me any. Now, you have to remember, this is my definition of the word nigger. Okay? Anybody who oppresses somebody for their own personal gain. I've been a nigger. Almost everybody out there at one point in their life should be called a nigger, but only for that particular time period and for those particular actions. To indiscriminately throw that out just because of somebody's skin color? Fuck you. You are so fucking wrong. Now, you look at me and go, well, you're not that dark. No, I'm not. But even as light skinned, a melanin enhanced person I am, I think melanin is an advanced genetic trait. Advanced beyond our capability to understand, because obviously we don't fucking understand it. Anyway, take that digression. Yeah. So that's what I think a nigger is. Who do I think I am? Well, I was the guy that went to heaven, sat at the right hand of God, claimed that, came back and marched forth. I have no symptoms. I've taken MRI, CT scans. They all say the same thing. I really don't have, and the spinal taps. Since it started, I've had about 10 or so. I don't know. But that includes when I started getting MS to now where I don't have it apparently at all. They still see the effects, the scarring all over the damn place, especially in my brain. That's fine. Neural net paths work around that, and they have quite well with me. In fact, I'm quite so sure of my intellectual superiority to anybody, even when I don't have my weed. Where is that? And I'm high, and I can solve any problem. Napa, anybody who's ever been in Napa, been to Napa, has concerns about Napa right now. Where did I put that? Okay, this is one of those big things that you guys go, oh yeah, he's a fucking genius. I can't find my pipe to find him. Okay. So we're still working on stuff here. I don't know. There you are. Okay, cool. No, I don't know where that went. So I will bring us back to point of origin. I really treat this computer like crap. That's because I don't really place much value upon most number. I really don't care, especially now. Everything is really changed. So let me. No, I got. That's what I'm looking. That's what I'm looking. I'll be right there. I can find what I'm looking for, which I am not, of course. Now just look everywhere. Because right now everything is every freaking where. Because I tore my whole life apart, threw it in the middle of the living room, took out everything that I don't necessarily have a need for or an attachment to, and I'm still looking. And I donated it all. So somebody else, so that the Goodwill might sell it to somebody else at a very low price. The Goodwill makes some money. Person that gets it gets a good bargain. Boom, we're all happy. That's why I live. Anyway, get back. I don't know where I put it, G. It's impossible. I lost it somewhere in this house, which is impossible. Because if I didn't take it out of this house, it's only 950 freaking square feet. Goodness, Brad, come on, dude. Get your act together. Let's see. Every cat in here. Don't know why I was there. Around here, in this stupid place. I don't know why this makes it so hard to open. I'm a reasonably strong person, especially. And I hate having to struggle to open. I understand you want to see them. Whatever. Come on, people. Give me a break. Come on, Harry. Give me a break. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Here we go. That's what we're working on. Got that. Got you. Physics. You're wrong. Whoever said that gravity is any less of a force than the strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, electromagnetism is wrong. And those who split them up, that's fine. But understand, they're all the same thing. And when you put gravity in its proper place, at its proper place on the pedestal, like I said, I don't know where it went wrong, but whoever did that fucked everything up. And I know Einstein fucked everything up, really. Gosh. And the way he described reality in and of itself is good concepts, good thinking. Terrible math. Terrible, terrible math. Now you go, well, who the fuck are you to question anybody's math? I'm the last person that I've flunked algebra twice. It's because I didn't care. I understood it and was moving on independently. I get math. It's a language. It's a language. Okay. Once you understand the language, you can read it. Once you put it into words, you take math phrases and you put it into words. You do that with every math phrase and you try and assemble it correctly. And of course, I go with, okay, how do they have it here? How do they have it here? How do they have it here? And this doesn't make any sense. There's an adjective or an adverb that's modifying something else that isn't there. There's there's no direct object. There's nothing to this sentence. It's in the wrong place. You take that sentence, you move it out. You put the next sentence up, but nope, they're all wrong. And you go down, yeah, everything's fucking wrong. And you realize at a point, just dump it all and start over. Now, because of what happened to me, because I was asking for wisdom, because my mind was sharp to begin with, 151 IQ, I could do that before. Now that I have no pain, I can do it again. But now that I have a lot of wisdom, a whole lot, which means I understand everything. I any knowledge that I have, anything that I can conceptually visualize of, I understand. I get it. I know the big picture now. I may not be able to give you all the details, but I can tell you, physics, you're wrong right now. Michelle Fowler, please contact me. Um, what's Hakeem? Dude, you rock it. Call me. Uh, uh, Phil Platt. Phil Platt. Phil Flat. Platt. Anyway, dude, give me a call anytime. I'll show you. Um, I watch Science Channel all the time, and I got tired of it because the way you describe black holes, please, holes, they're black stars. The one I heard one person say it might be that, but that's just a theory. It's probably just we always thought it was because that's what Einstein said it was, and we just go marching down Einstein's road. What if we still march down Copernicus's road? He was a genius. He was a visionary for his time. Everybody's a visionary for their time. Just depends on what you're a visionary of, and if you commit yourself to it, you'll make a difference, even if it's small. That's all that matters. Now, I was given a message. I started saying my 6 words, and I was like, my 9 words. Now I have to say it's 10 words, and it is. Thank you, God, every day for something you truly mean. And even if it's just the act of waking up and being able to get out of bed and pee, or just let alone being able to pee, or just waking up, even for many, many people. There's real no joy in this world. Nothing to give them joy except that which they assign to it. And if you can say, with all that in mind, God, yeah, thank you for this. Thank you, God. That's all you got to do. Next, Don't Stop Believing. Great Journey song. Steve Perry, best vocalist ever. Journey, biggest mistake you ever made was getting rid of that prick, Steve Perry. I'm sure for yourselves you felt it wasn't a necessary thing to do because he's a prick, whatever. And Steve Perry, sorry, dude. I know enough about you. I've talked to you enough times. You don't know who I am. You actually may recognize me. Different glasses. They were kind of a turtle shell and round. And I had the same hairstyle as you, same exact hairstyle as you. I knew your moves, all the videos. I could do all the moves to all the videos. Um, my former wife Erica knows that because I did it. She was like, it looks like it's to be very, It's very funny. Okay, anyway. But any subject that I have knowledge of, if I don't have knowledge of it at all I have to do is read the beginning and the end of the concept, and I'm good. Chemistry, I knew a lot about chemistry, but now I get it. And a lot of the things that I have done in the past with actual equipment that made it easy to do, um, I'm attempting to recreate with common household items. I cannot do that through many experiments. I have found many different ways that it's just not going to work. So I'm modifying it. I'm expanding it to my local Ace Hardware. And Ace Hardware rocks. Tell you what, that Radio Shack, I'm sorry you went out of business. Ace Hardware, you rock. I'm an old fart. Deal with it. I'm fucking 56. I don't think like I am. I don't feel like I am, especially now. I feel like I'm 33 and irresponsible, and because I got nothing to do all day long. I'm a disabled vet. I was in the Army for 12 years. The only reason why I was only in for 12 years, I got hurt. 600 pounds of canvas, known as a GP medium tent, fell from the back of a deuce and a half vehicle that two guys were in. They said they had it. I turned to walk away. It hit the entire left side of my body and crushed it. Did not break anything. Dislocated everything from here. This thing went through the skin back there. This, 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 fingers, hip, all knee, ankle, feet. Didn't break a thing. Everything was wrong. And when they saw me, they thought I was dead because I was out cold. They flew me from where we were training up in Babenhausen, or no, it wasn't Babenhausen. It was on the big one. It was on the big field. Wild turkey, Wilflicken. Wild turkey, Wilflicken. You call it what you will. Anyway, we were at Wild Turkey. I got hurt. Next thing I knew, I was in Landstuhl, the biggest hospital in Europe. Apparently, they thought that's where I needed to be because I was out for days. What I understand, week and whatever, like 7, 8, 9 days, something like that. I don't care. I don't pay attention to that. I can't remember the fucking exercise, the drill training exercise anyway. All of it, what I know of it, has been told in sorts of memory, just verbally, but not visually. Most all of it. I remember getting there, setting up, doing this, this, and this, and then it ends about 3 days before I got hurt, and lasts about 2, 3 weeks till after I got hurt. I'd already undergone 2 surgeries, didn't know what the fuck was going on, signed my name, said yes to everything, just do it, I'm in so much pain. They said, well, we can't fix you. I said, well, you broke me? They said, well, we can't fix you, but the VA will pay for you. And boom. And the VA is difficult to navigate. You will get pissed off. But whatever. Once you get navigated, it's actually a simple thing to do. And I'm actually trying to get my primary care doctor fired just by mounting evidence of his incompetence and unwillingness to do the job. And I refuse to switch providers because I expect everyone to do the job that they are hired for. And if you're getting money, you better damn well earn it. Because if you're not, I'm going to get you fired because somebody else could use that job because they need to earn that money. Earn it. I've lost a friend because I make that insistence. Either you earn your money or lose your job, and I've done it. I have done it. Since March 4th, I've had 4 people fired outright in front of me. Well, not outright. 3 of them had to make a few phone calls. And then I said I'd be there, let them know to go into work. Tell them at work when I am there. I will be at 7:30. Call them whenever you want after business hours. And one place I went to, I promise those 2 guys, you're fired. You don't know who you're talking to. I'm hiring this company you even know because I'm a consumer. Consumers have all the power. So you don't fucking know it, that you don't take advantage of it. Well, anyway, I get people fired because I complain that they're not doing their job and they are honestly a waste of flesh. I have a friend that took umbrance to that, and she's like, well, you can't do that. Who are you to do that? I said, I'm the consumer. I alone am important to that business. If I alone am not important to that business is wrong. Customer service is wrong. The policy is wrong, whatever. That person that's standing across from me is having a bad time of it and can't get his shit together. I don't care. Find somebody who can get their shit together and do the job right. Well, I got two people. I walked in the next morning and they said, you're back. I said, yeah, you're fired. Right, we're here at work. I said, what time is it? They were like, oh, it's 8 o'clock. I said, give it 10 minutes. You're fired. And I said it loud. People were coming in. And I said, they screwed me. Okay. And what they did was they took all my credit card information. I reserved the fucking car from Enterprise, from Hi Don, bye Don, dude, Don. Um, Looked like an entitled rich white kid. White people. Psh, please. Those of you of color, we are the majority. Act like it. Expect the majority of the resources. Don't talk about it. Don't think about it. Don't demand it. Expect it. And act like you expect it, because I know I do. So within 10 minutes there, a phone call came, and those two guys came and looked at me, and I said, you're fired. Get the fuck out of here. Get your stuff and get out now, or I will call the police. They were, well, what, do you own this thing? I said, no. I'm the most powerful person in this company. I'm the consumer. And I told everybody there that was getting their car, look, you expect the best. If you reserve the car, you better damn well get a car. There's no question of do we have a car. If you reserve a car, they should have in their computer how many cars they have, who has this, for how long, and sorry, there better be a damn good excuse why you don't have the car. It got totaled 2 days ago, and we weren't able to reassign a car. And then you got 3 days to get your shit together if there's a problem. No, that's wrong. Not 3. You've got a day. It's all about renting a fucking car. Call an Uber. It takes minutes, hours. You can drive around hours and then minutes, and you're done. It's more expensive than renting a car. But these two guys just made it difficult, impossible, for me to walk out there with a car because they required so many things other than the driver's license, which the website said, we accept your money. We accept all your information. We've verified it. Therefore, you need to take your driver's license and show it to the person behind the counter and get your keys. Doesn't need keys anymore. It's a little fob, which is cool. Anyway, functional operation button, whatever, like that. Anyway, well, they were gone. And I went into some other place and somebody just pissed me off. And I said, look, if you are really this way and you're unwilling to do your job or unable to do your job, you just let me know. If you're having a bad day and just can't do it right now, otherwise you're fired. The guy looked at me. He was all, fuck you, man. I'll kick your ass all the way out of this restaurant. I said, you touch me, you're in jail. You hurt me, you're in prison. You quit now and leave, or you're fired. Who are you? I don't know you. Nobody. I said, okay, you're fired. And I walked out. Happened to be Applebee's. Now, I felt bad about it for Applebee's, not him. He got fired. And I told them also, when do you open up? I want him fired at that time then, period. Or I'm going over your head. And you already know that you need to do this, so you will do it my way. And they did it my way. I walked in. Guy on the spot when his shift started. I looked at him and he saw me. I said, you're fired. Get your stuff and get out. So I don't have anything here. I said, well, just get out. You're fired. Totally. 100%. You're never working in Applebee's again. And if I have anything to say about it, and I have everything to say about it, he's like, yeah, well, I'll talk to my manager. He walks in there and he walks out looking at me like, who are you? I mean, do you own Applebee's or something? I said, close enough. I'm the consumer. See what I'm saying? And then one other guy pissed me off. And anyway, I was telling my friend about this, and she's, who are you to do that? Blah, blah, blah. And I told her, look, Char, if that were you, knowing you as I do right now, loving you as much as I do, because anybody that I've loved as much, if not more, than the highest feeling I had for them when I was with or around them. And Char's one of those people I've just more and more love. Just totally every bit of me that loves her more than ever before. And I told her, if I came in and I had to talk to you about doing your job and you decided that you were just going to ignore me, I would get you fired too. And she just, I said, look, bitch, deal with it. If you can't do your fucking job, I'm going to get you fired. I'm going to come find out where you work and I'm going to watch you do your job. And if you can't do it, I'll show you how to do it because I can do it better than you anyway. Click. I deserve that. But I tried to call, but anyway, it's all good. My family. I've been, if you go to Facebook and you find all this shit that I said, you may understand why my family did what they did, but honestly, all I'm doing is ranting and raving. It's just words. They had me 5150 twice and so many health and welfare checks this month. I've seen more cops this month than I ever had in my life. And I used to hang out with MPs. Anyway, so there's that. Miracle, I'm convinced now. Napa, California. I've got the solution to everything: poverty, homelessness, um, everything. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you never have to worry about it again. If you're below the poverty line, not going to happen here in Napa. If you are a card carrying resident of Napa, and honestly, there's going to be a card, but there's no magnetic strip, no information unless you want it. Well, there will be a magnetic strip, but no information unless you want it, except it says resident of Napa. Tom Brown, resident Napa. Pooh. Napa County. Actually, me. I'm not a resident of Napa. I'm a resident of Napa County. I love Napa. So I'm going to make it the best place on the face of this earth. I vow to do so. Oh, I can't remember this. There's a phrase in my bill and my swear my bonnet from Firefly. I can't remember. I love that show. That was so cool. Star Trek. That's my thing. You mentioned Star Trek. You mentioned a scene, and if I don't get it right away, I will find it and know where it's from. You mentioned just a scene, and the weirdest scene, like Scotty hitting his head because he says he knows every last bit of the Enterprise, and he's gonna bonk, and he's out cold. When did that happen? Under what circumstances? Or Scotty, well, it's green. You know, tell me. I dare you. If you can do that, if you can set me with Star Trek, Next Generation, Voyager. I hated Deep Space Nine. Star Trek was, you trek, you go. Deep Space Nine, they sat there and it came to them. Boring. Anyway, um, gosh, there's so many things that I need to say. Jill Teckle, Mayor of Napa, I'm going to be contacting you. This is going to be a totally different video. This is my first foray into YouTube. I Facebook was too personalized to the people in my life, apparently, for me to get away with ranting and raving like I want to. This is sedate. When I get, and you've seen a little bit like my use of the word nigger, that pisses me off. Anybody that doesn't do their job, I get really loud sometimes, and I will say things that are totally inappropriate. Like I want to fucking kill them, rip their tongue out, stuff it up their ass, things like that. Metaphorical. But my family takes it too seriously. My born again Christian Bible thumping family who doesn't believe anything Jesus doesn't say, and then I come along saying, well, it's all mythology, it's all fable. Good words, I'm sure, but take from it what you will, as you would any good fable, the message, the morality from it. Well, hey, don't talk like that. Devil's gonna, because my 666 number, I'm the Prince of Darkness. My mom, don't say that because the devil is reading. I said, Mom, you don't get it. Talk to God. It's all fake. It's only what you think of it. If you believe in demons, then there are demons in your universe, in your reality. She doesn't get that. As far as I'm concerned, if you say God rules, God is, and here's the last part of it. So we've gone through, thank you, God. We've gone through, don't stop believing. Now, this is probably, if I'm trying to give a speech, I have to just put down points of what I want to cover. I don't have to put any words, but I have to hit the bullet points, or else I will, of course, wander like I have been all over the place. And so for these 10 words, you may have been for a while, so now I will say the last four. Everything is everything. And it solves spooky action at distance. It's silly crap like that. It's only observational bias. That's all it is. And we have such an observational bias from fucking Einstein. Fuck him. I'm 10 times smarter than he is, ever was. I know 10 times what he does, and twice what anybody else on the face of this earth knows about physics to begin with. I defy you, anybody out there. But to Napa, if you're a person that is struggling, can't get out of the house, needs somebody to get things for you, I have been healed completely. I can do that now. I can actually go out anytime I want and do anything I want. And what I want to do is, if you have a need, I'll fulfill it as best I can. No money. I'm sorry. I ain't got no money to give you, but I've got what I've got is, I think, more precious. Me. I'm giving you me. Now, I don't know if you can see that reflection in my glasses, but I've really enjoyed it over every time I've recorded. There it is. Look into my eyes. I am the Prince of Darkness. Yeah. Whatever. Something like that. Anyway, so we've got the whole thing. Thank you, God, all the time. Don't stop believing, because you stop believing, thanking God means nothing. If you don't believe what you're saying, fuck you, man. Don't I bother saying it? And then everything is everything. That means every little thing is part of the big picture. I mean, all the little quantum stuff that it's different, it's spooky action, and just and that. I got a perfect explanation for it right now. Done. We are three-dimensional peoples, beings, and having said that, any unquantifiable experience, to include anything we can't darn figure out, is just the nature of a fourth dimensional universe that we have no idea how to conceive of. So there are things that we look at and we go, well, we live in three dimensions and everything around us is three dimensions. So everything around us has to be expressed in three dimensions. Stop it. Think think in four dimensions to begin with. If once you do, you realize that spooky action at distance is just silly. Consider us being submicro, just almost part of a basic particle of matter to another observer. God, greater being, not God, really, no. But God, yeah, you know, he can do whatever he wants, observe you in that way. But the fourth dimensional, higher dimensional person, being, will see you, realize you, and not really really care nothing, and we'll step through our reality, and then all of a sudden we get these flashes of things happening that nobody can explain, UFOs, all that, thinking four dimensions. It's all everything is explained. What else before I go? I'm getting okay. I need that. Now I need to put everything out there. This is my first foray into YouTube. I want you to understand who I am. First and foremost, I know who I am. I'm Tom Brown. I am the quintessential Tom Brown. There's no other person on the face of this earth that is more me than me, and I don't want to be any less than me. I want to be more than me. So that's why I pray to God. That's why I ask for wisdom, because I want to be more than what I am right now. I want to be better than what I am right now. And I'm a lot better a person than I used to be. And then I'm a lot better person than I was a year ago. And I'm a lot better person than I ever was in my life. And tomorrow, if I have anything to do or say about it, I will be a better person. That is who I am. That is the power of my mind. That is the power of my thought. My will alone determines what happens in this physical reality I call life. I'm changing my reality. Okay, I'm broke. I ain't got nothing. I'm living on credit cards. Don't tell my family, okay? Because I'm giving it all away. Just, spending it on this, spending it on that, going out and making leaps of faith all over the place, which I don't think are leaps. I think they're just like, please, you're being asked to do it. You're being shown that it's solid. Everybody else is jumping on it just to show you. You need to step out and I guess faith for me now it's like, oh, reality, thank you, just go for it. So I'm going to have a lot of changes. I vow to you by April 15th I will actually be in a tax bracket, because up to this April 15th I'm not even in a tax bracket at all. um, so April 15th on tax day I will announce my net worth. Right now, um, credit wise, I could probably muster 15 grand. If I sold all the stuff that I have, I could actually get a couple hundred grand because I'm a coin collector and I got some really cool stuff. Anyway, since my life has changed, I want to know everything new. I want to do everything a different way. And my motivation at this point is COVID-19. And when I said that I'll help anybody out specifically, I mean, for any reason whatsoever, it doesn't matter. If you need help transporting something somewhere to somewhere else and it'll fit in my car, no problem. I don't care if it scratches. It's an object. Paint jobs, dents. It's vanity. Okay. Now I intend by April 15th to show you how vain I am, because I am very vain. And when I can afford to be vain, in that way I will be. But right now I'm very vain about my. Please, you're so vain, Carly. I knew that song was about me. The moment I heard that song, yeah, that's all about me. So, having said all that, I'm now trying to do things like um, reverse distill like a bottle of whiskey into alcohol that can be used as strong enough alcohol. Because if you get, 50% alcohol in your whatever alcoholic drink whatever, um, you will have at least 50% alcohol. You'll have 50% alcohol. 100% of it will be 50% alcohol. And you can then concentrate it more and more by distilling it more and more. And I know this because I've done it using Bunsen burners and tubes and everything else, little valves, and it made it easy. And then separating hydrogen from oxygen, just add electricity. Boom. Compress that oxygen, put a detonator on the thing, you blow shit to hell. And back. Yeah, all over the damn place. And hydrogen, I mean, what do we use for rocket fuel? Hydrogen and oxygen, a mixture thereof, in order to make it. I mean, hydrogen is combustible, not like oxygen. Oxygen is explosive, period. So you want to control the oxygen. Yeah, it's going to flow rates, blah, blah, blah. Rocket science, simple shit. So what else am I trying to say? COVID-19, am I concerned? Personally, not in the least. There comes a sign, a song from, and somebody I thought I sincerely hope you understand. Disturbed, invincible, indestructible. That's it. Indestructible, master of war. That's what I feel like now. When I was in the army, that's kind of what they taught you. You kind of have to have that idealistic, full confidence in yourself and the person next to you that you are all indestructible masters of war, and you will do everything to make sure each one of you survive. That's camaraderie. It's a great feeling. And when I get into the army days, there'll be laughs. From the very beginning, it was just laughs. And then there was uh, Sergeant Susie Miller. Every time I say her name, and I'm saying it to a new group of people, this is how I act. And even if I'm saying it to a group of people that they're just bringing up her name, I loved her and as a friend. It wasn't anything more than that. But it wasn't anything less than that either. So she died, and there's a whole story about it. And 6 other guys on the face of this earth know the truth to that story. And I'm going to tell you, but I'll never tell you the full truth to that story. It's too personal. And if you've ever been in the military and you have one of those stories, you understand fully. And I've told people, I'm well assured guys that I've told people. So there'll be moments like this when I think about certain people, and it can go from this into ultimate joy, which it always does with Susie. Now that I'm thinking the full story, any tears I have from here on out are pure joy because the honor afforded her far and above what I could ever hope for in my life. Far and above. The second most honorable person I ever met in my life. My dad being the first. He was. It wasn't just an idealist son's point of view. It was actually, unfortunately, quite a detached, cynical, and outsider's point of view. And we'll talk about that too. Great people. Um, Best life I could ever had. I love every last one of them. But there's that caveat but yeah. So um, we'll talk about that. Basically, what I intend to do is tell you, YouTube, who I am and challenge you to be anywhere near me. All you out there in YouTube land, fuck y'all. You ain't nobody. If you think you're better than me in any one thing, prove it. Now, if it's a subject you're an expert in, that's fine. You could have a doctorate, a postdoctorate degree. I don't care what kind of degree you have. If I get the concept of what you're doing, I will surpass you. It may take me days to get the concept, but once I say I got it, I'm the smartest, You're done. You toasted. I'll point out the problems. I'll point out wherever you went wrong and prove it to you and show you the way this. And if you got it right, I will slap you on the back and say, you got it right. I wasn't thinking far enough ahead on that subject. Thank you very much. I don't care. Either I'm right or I'm wrong, and I'm going to be right. And you prove me wrong, I will announce it to the world that this person has done the impossible, proven me wrong, and I will do it. And so this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be trying to recreate everything. I was going to do it with household items, but I realized I have to do like my local hardware store. It's Ace. I always go to Ace. If Ace doesn't have it, I mean, if you're looking for something you just can't find it, go to Ace Hardware. They have all that shit. You can't find it; it's always there. Ah. I don't know why I was so much snot. I'm not congested. I'm not running a fever. I'm not coughing, not sneezing. Just got a whole lot of snot for some reason. Annoying. Okay. Uh, yeah. Whatever. Scarlett Johansson, the oldest Saturday Night Live saying, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, yeah, how his words screaming that she's been there and done that. Anyway, I think I'm about done for tonight. But this is what I'm starting is a total ego trip. And it's not an ego trip if along that way, all you do is bring people with you. So those 10 words, remember those. Those are going to be prominent. I'll always say them. It's the biggest event ever happened in my life. Sorry, family. Fuck you. Biggest thing that ever happened, and it really fucking happened. I had MS. I was on a walker. I was dying. I died. Next day, I have no symptoms. I go MRIs, CT scans. Lumbar punctures. I do not have MS anymore. Period. Okay, I have all the scars. I have the evidence that I had MS. But in my spinal fluid, cerebral spinal fluid, there's no trace of any form of multiple sclerosis, and they know which one to test for. Nothing there. My family can't believe that. One of my cousin, Richard Brown, dude, still, it so pissed me off. You got to understand, I love him to death. I will do anything for him. If he calls and says, man, I need you here right now, I'm gone. This will shut down. And if you hear that, I'm on my way. He's my cousin. I love him. He's like a brother. He's more like we're the same age. We grew up together. I mean, he's younger. He's a young buck by 3 months. So I'm his elder, and you got to respect your elders, Rich. Don't fucking call the cops and get me 5150 until you've called me first and talk to me. Nobody calls me and talks to me. All they do is call the cops for everything I'm doing right now. Fuck them all. Anybody that decides to call the cops first about somebody's mental state, even if they have a history, especially if they have a fucking history like me, call them first. Decide for yourself. Do not go around upon what they're saying, like right here. I'll make any damn threat I want. Okay? I will call out anyone I want to the carpet. Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna post this.